You have the power inside of you to use anytime you desire.
6 reasons why you should prophesy. Now, the first reason is that all believers can carry out prophetic ministry and not just prophets. So if you really desire to prophesy, but you're thinking, well, I'm not sure whether I'm called to be a prophet, you don't have to be called to be a prophet to prophesy. If you're a believer, you can prophesy. Okay? So if you're wanting the Lord to use you to minister to others using the gift of prophecy, then you can learn how to flow prophetically even as a believer. Well, how do you do that? It all starts with having a very strong desire, and then it is received by faith. And we have lots of teaching on this to help you move into it, but that is not what I'm going to be covering today because we don't have the space for that. So the first reason that you should prophesy is that you're a believer, and because you're a believer, you are able to prophesy because it is available to all believers. Now, the second reason is that Paul says that prophecy is one of the more important gifts of the Spirit. He said we should desire the gifts, but prophecy is better. He says that in 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 1. It says, pursue agape love and passionately desire spiritual gifts, but mostly that you may prophesy. Well, if the great apostle Paul thought that prophecy was one of the more important gifts for you to have as a believer, then don't you think you should be seriously thinking about how to learn how to flow in this awesome ministry? The third reason why you should prophesy is because most of us, all believers, at one time or another, feel forsaken and all alone. We go through that place where the Lord seems a million miles away and you're all alone in this world, and you just need that word of assurance and encouragement. Maybe a simple word where the Lord says, hey, I'm here. I know what's going on with you. I'm taking care. Just leave it to me. Just a simple word like that that comes direct from the Lord can give a person the assurance that, hey, keep going. The Lord is with you. You're not alone. You're going to make it through. Okay? A fourth reason why you should prophesy is because many believers get demotivated very quickly. Now, this varies from temperament to temperament. Some temperaments require a lot more motivation than others. But all of us, to keep pushing ahead and accomplishing anything in life, we need to be motivated. And it's so easy to get demotivated. The success philosophies teach us that the important thing is not so much getting motivated, but stopping other people from demotivating you. Well, the devil's got a lot of helpers, and sooner or later, you're going to feel demotivated. Sometimes all it takes is a simple word of prophecy where the Lord says, my child, you are doing so great. Keep going. Keep moving ahead. I'm going to do great things in you. Just a word of encouragement and motivation in a prophetic word can light your fire all over again and keep you going for a little bit longer, perhaps until the next attack, the next time of motivation. Nevertheless, it can help you keep going. Okay, the fifth reason why you should learn to prophesy is that believers tend to lose their way and they're not sure if they're going in the right direction. Now, this happens especially in our day-to-day life where we wonder what God's purpose is for our life. What is God really intending to do with us? What does He plan for us? And perhaps you have a kind of idea where you should go, but eventually you lose your way and you kind of feel like you've wandered off the road and maybe going around in circles, not going anywhere. And you're just wondering, Lord, which direction should I be taking? What should I give priority to? Where should I go first? Well, you can hear the Spirit of the Lord deep within you, and you can hear His voice, but sometimes you just need somebody else to come and give you that word of prophecy where the Lord says, this is my purpose in your life. This is the important thing. Why don't you concentrate on this for a while and let everything else go and see how things move forward? Just a word of direction. Now, if you're able to give such a word to somebody, you can help them stop feeling lost and all alone. Okay. Give them a fresh direction to their life. Get them up and going again. And then finally, the sixth reason that you should learn to prophesy is that there are times when believers need to be warned of what the enemy is planning. And here's where a lot of people go wrong on prophecy. They seem to think that a negative prophecy is a prediction of bad luck, of things that are going to go wrong in your life. But God never works that way. God never gives a revelation of bad things that are destined to happen to you. What God does is He warns you of the bad things that Satan has got planned for you. Now, when Satan predicts the future, as he does through all the fortune tellers, he presents the idea that you are destined to have disaster or something go wrong in your life, and so you live in fear, waiting for this to happen. Now, when God gives you such a word, He's not giving you to say, this is going to happen, prepare for the worst. He's saying, this is what could happen if you keep going on the path you're going. This is what Satan is planning for you. And the purpose of that is not that you can sit and worry, or even that you can just prepare, although that's important, is to actually come against that thing, that attack of Satan, and neutralize it and destroy it, that such a thing will never, ever happen in your life. So either way, the prophetic word can prepare you. Be careful. Things are going great right now, but just around the corner, Satan's got some bad things planned for you. Now be on the alert. Look out for it. When he manifests, come against him, resist him, and he will flee. So you may at times need to give a prophetic warning. Okay? And so we have there 6 reasons you should prophesy. You should prophesy because as a believer, you have the right to flow in this ministry and in this gift. You should prophesy because the Apostle Paul tells us that that is one of the more important gifts that we should function in. You should prophesy so that you can help believers who feel forsaken and alone. You should prophesy so that you can remotivate those who have become demotivated and give them a fresh kickstart. You should prophesy to help people who've lost their way and direction and to get them back on the path again and moving in the right direction. And you should prophesy to help warn at times what Satan is planning in the lives of people, that they can prepare for it and overcome the attack of Satan. Now, all of these are continually manifesting in the lives of believers and people, and prophetic ministry is one of the most powerful ways of dealing with these spiritual problems that appear. So if you choose to be used by the Lord and flow in the prophetic gifts, you're going to have plenty opportunity for ministry. You're going to find a lot of people who are going to need the ministry that you have, and you're going to have the satisfaction of being used by the Lord to help other people in their problems. Now, if you want to learn more about how to flow in prophetic ministry and in the prophetic gifts, we have a lot of teaching on it, and I have especially a new book which was released recently entitled Elements of the Prophetic Ministry. I'm going to give you the link below this video to go and check that book out on our bookshop. And if you really are keen to flow in prophetic ministry, or if you already have begun and you'd like to learn more, I'd highly recommend you get that book and read it through, and it will give you so many things that you need to help you get moving on this powerful ministry of prophecy. The Lord bless you.
You have the power inside of you to use anytime you desire. You don't need to do anything to set your spirit on fire. Just connect to the heavenly ground. Throw the switch anytime.